part, everybody.
He's slightly green. Chat.
Hadn't realized it.
Didn't know. Maybe. Maybe you're just quiet. Maybe it's just you that's doing the quiet. He's not hype enough. Chat. He's not gonna get hype. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere.
This is a big bean steak, chat.
It's funny. This chat thinks they know everything. Chat thinks they're ready for Alpha Season 3 because PandaPops earlier on a different live stream at a different time where not everybody was ready and available. Chat, PandaPops played in the Alpha lobby, which we will also be doing. And we're going to be answering your questions because this is a GMAE show. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today is August 23rd, 2022. It is 8:10 p.m. our local time. There's a lot to talk about as we are getting into Alpha Season 3 in a number of hours. Just
exactly 9 hours and 51 minutes.
You know, you say that, but that's not exactly true. It's not exactly true.
Oh, I know.
It is going to open when all of the subsystems are online. That means that it will very likely be later than 1 p.m. UTC. Later than. All right.
Okay.
So a lot of speculation.
The floodgates.
Exactly. We're starting to open the floodgates, as you say. Exactly. So we've got a I like the comment 9A, 7A saying Rad Condad's t-shirt or shirt is Z fighting.
Oh, most definitely. You can see it here.
All the green is screening. You know what I mean? But chat, we have a lot of questions, answers. We're going through a bunch of stuff as we load up to Alpha Season 3, and we're going to be playing in the Alpha lobby here today to show that off as well. On this show, 5 days a week for the duration of this Alpha, we will play the newest and latest content in the Sandbox Game Alpha. If we run through that content in a relatively short order, we may also play your games and experiences that you are creating for the Sandbox Game Metaverse when UGC goes live. But being less than 24 hours from the launch of Alpha Season 3, we know you want to know everything there is to know. So, during the course of this live stream, if you have questions about the Sandbox game, about the Sandbox Game Maker, or asset creation software VoxEdit, feel free to ask those in the chat. Rad Condad here is going to try to keep a record of it. But given the increasing number of people that will be watching this show, please, if you could, if you have a question, put the word question before your question. You can ask your questions in any language that you prefer, whatever is your native language. We have some translation software, and hopefully we can get that answer out for you. If you are watching and you prefer a non-English speaking language, you can turn on subtitles over on youtube.com where it should auto-translate for you. I will try to speak clearly to make sure that your answer gets answered in the best way possible. So, Michael Mo 1271 asks the question, what's the word with KYC? I've seen some folks already getting KYC verified on Twitter. I've seen you guys posting about it since about 4 or 5 hours ago. So, if you have the opportunity to do so, and Conrad, have you done your KYC? If you haven't, that would be better. I hope you haven't.
I haven't yet. I was waiting to use it as an example.
Cool.
If we have to.
Can you check to see if you click the settings in the top right of your screen? Real quick, I'm going to show people exactly where this is. Boop. If you're on the website at sandbox.game and you click your avatar in the top right that you chose, your image right next to the download alpha button, it may not be there yet. It may not say download alpha for you. It will say it for me because I have an administrator account and I know what this looks like. All right. Then there's a settings section just above log out that may say new. If it does, click that. And under the chain settings, yes?
It is currently deactivated.
Okay. All right. I just want to be sure. because some folks were doing KYC earlier today, meaning that the subsystems are ready to go. But it may have, I noticed actually when I refresh this page, that my little button went away. So it may be that they are waiting so that they uh, don't have the floodgate before the staff or other systems are ready from our third-party partner to help with KYC. But if you're interested, I know that starting tomorrow, the KYC will open. And for those people who are interested in winning sand during this alpha or claiming sand during this alpha, if you're interested in possibly winning the season pass that can help you start the battle pass style mechanics of leveling your account during the alpha, then you will have to, in order to win a season pass, you must be KYC verified. All right. It's a really simple process. Almost everybody that I saw doing it on Twitter earlier today, they pulled out their phone, right? And there's an app that the website is going to ask you to use, or I think it's even a website. It's simpler than an app. But it says take one picture like this, right? And then put the phone further away from your face or closer to your face. I forget which of the other, to verify that you are 3D, you're a real person, and you're not a picture. And then scan a copy of your ID. And a lot of them are getting verified within a number of minutes, but it may take up to 24 hours from what I recall when I verified. I tested this back on August 2nd and it worked well. I got mine finished within about 15 minutes. Some users are reporting faster times, but we got some good stuff coming for you. So Batman TTV says, question, if I have a question and I put question in the front of that question, how fast will that question be answered? Pretty quickly, I think. It's about
Fairly
3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It gets pushed up there.
Yeah. All right.
Are you ready for some of these quick fire questions, Joe?
I'm ready for quick fire questions, Conrad.
Okay, Bjorn wants to know about that leaderboard. Is it a 3-month long leaderboard or is it weekly?
The leaderboard only has the verification at the end of that leaderboard. All right. So that means that it is a 3-month long leaderboard. So you don't have to be in a super rush to get certain objectives completed. The leaderboard will be there, and you will see people move up and down it slowly over the 10 weeks that the alpha is running. So not a full 3 months, but 10 weeks that this alpha will be running.
Right. And then to clarify for everybody here, the KYC is currently down at the moment. If you did see it on your account, the anima was being forced on people. There is a forcing to connect to anima when uploading your documents for KYC. So the company using that synapse has been removed for the time being until they get that sorted out, and then KYC will be open again and available for people for tomorrow.
Yep.
So we can get that pushed out.
And so what's going to happen here, and just for clarity, as the season goes from pre-season testing to seasonal activity, it's important for the folks to understand. I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to say it again later, that this is not a super short, simple process to do to make this transition happen. It does take time, so expect that the release will happen after 1 p.m. UTC, but not at. Right? So just maintain some patience. You're going to have, as the user had asked, 10 weeks to complete these certain objectives, so it's okay. As the website gets updated, you can see here an example of the leaderboard that they were talking about when they were asking, is it a 10-week leaderboard, right? You can see on the bottom right of my screen, it says available from October 14th, claim rewards. So starting October 14th would be the rewards claim period on this page, but that number, once again, subject to change depending on a number of factors. I'm going to pull up, I have a big old long PDF, and I'm going to make sure that this is correct here. So the timeline that we have opening August 24th, 2022. August 24th through November 1st, the season is live. Currently, 4 million registered wallets right now, ready for this season. November 3rd, 2022 is the estimated raffle draw at this time. And November 5th, 2022 is the reward claim opening. All right, so hopefully that answers a couple of questions for you, as we have seen some folks asking these consistent questions. But yes, A lot of information, a ton of information, and great questions are going to come in through this. But Dark Shadow Fox saying 9 hours, that is the optimistic earliest launch, right? So the thing
Right,
that I
right.
want to convey right now is like, if everything goes absolutely perfectly with the transition, then it could be, a few minutes, half an hour or something after that 1 p.m. timeline. But it is usual. I think in the last alpha, it was something like 3 or 4 hours total to get the global network of PCs serving updated so that you guys would, have an appropriate launch and it works well. So you may see that some people are able to get in and on earlier than others. If that is the case, that's just because certain regions may be on, or those people may have access from the testing period where they will be able to get into the space, like myself. But at this time, staff members are not eligible for rewards. We are in discussions with having staff members be able to be seen on the leaderboard, but it may be that you won't be able to see me on the leaderboard either, and things like that. But we're still working those things out. All right. So what do we got here, Conrad? We have other questions?
Oh yeah, Archie Flew wants to know what is going to be coming in 07.
Okay, sure. So in the 0.7 update, the most significant piece for developers, if you're looking at the Game Maker client, is the
Oh,
addition of.
we specifically want to know about that VoxEdit, but go ahead. What's going on with Game Maker?
Okay, yeah, the Game Maker client is the one that I think is getting the most focus in this update. I don't know the full details about the VoxEdit client because I test, with that Game Maker with you, Conrad. So,
Right,
we
right.
know more about that. But the biggest one there is presets, the feature where you can essentially say, this asset has all these traits. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to duplicate that with this preset, and it's going to make development time much faster. And then beyond that, you've got the walking mechanics that are enabled in the client, also in the Game Maker, of course, where you'll be toggling with the Shift key to increase and decrease your speed of your character, through the, if you want to walk around, if you want to take it more casual, then it's there. Sitting has been enabled, and that those things are going to lead to, in future updates, stealth mechanics that are coming in, so you could have more of a, espionage, little stealth espionage action, little Middle Gear going on, but you're
A
going to see a
Metal
lot of cool things.
Gear.
Oh yeah, behind D. What's your Russian gun? Wisher and guns.
What's a Russian gunship doing here? Anyways, but
That's
yes,
right.
but in VoxEdit though, are we getting anything right away with 07?
VoxEdit updates. That is a PandaPops question, quite frankly. I'm not
Okay.
that guy, but you can join PandaPops on an increasing number of streams. Panda's going to be here with me and Alex and any number of people for the launch tomorrow morning, my time, tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, their time. And we'll be here just a little bit after the expected launch, because we're going to be doing the work of the launch itself, and then come in with a live stream for you guys for at least a couple of hours at the launch. And then we'll have a regular stream on Thursday as well, and an increasing number of VoxEdit live streams as well coming down the pipe. Some user asked earlier about the speed gem. All right. Jeff Eggins over on youtube.com asking just now, can you speak about how speed gems work? And particularly whether they will give advantage on the leaderboard completion times. So speed gems will not give you an advantage on leaderboard completion times. And it hasn't actually been fully determined whether we want speed gems to affect equipment gears at all. It's an internal discussion as we are still in alpha, because, to a certain extent, if they impact you too much, then it can really change things like this leaderboard that are on the screen right now, right? So a speed gem right now is useful for things like enemies, platforms, any asset that you want that is an NPC asset or an environment asset to move faster, right? Um, it could even be something like a ladder, whatever you want. If it has the ability to affect speed or the effects of speed in that object, then you could use gems in that, and that would be affected. But players and their movement are not affected by speed gems at all. Even if you had full speed equipment, it does not change anything at this time.
Right, right. And some folks are noticing that the color difference are showing for sand and M sand.
That is true.
And Monorule over on YouTube says sand token in Ethereum and Polygon chain is showing different color. It shows both yellow. Does this mean we can buy anything from the marketplace and Polygon network from now on?
Not yet, but this is part of a cultural thing that helps the community, especially new users that are coming on, to understand that there's no principal difference between sand and sand on the Matic network, or Polygon network rather. Right? Previously we called it M sand purely because it was on the Polygon Matic network, but a lot of users were getting confused about like what the use of that is, what the utility of that is. What is important is for, and what is simpler for users really, is for them to understand I'm buying something on Ethereum network, so I need sand on Ethereum's network, right? So some users were, getting confused because they'd be like, well, I have sand on, and they'd be like, I can't buy it here, can't buy it there, what have you. So we're starting to show what network the assets are on. And then eventually we will have the assets themselves transferred over to Polygon, and we will have the lands themselves transferred over to Polygon entirely. Many of those assets, you guys can already transfer your lands if you want. We've been giving email notices to people like, hey, you can transfer your lands to the Polygon network, things like that. But yes, soon, like real soon. But of course, everybody is big focused on this alpha right now. Let's see if I can
Right, right.
click a little play button while we answer some more questions here.
And Libra Stark wants to know for KYC verification, would passport be valid there, even if you are in that particular country at that moment, even if you aren't in that particular country?
As long as the passport is valid, then it's valid, right? Like the ID must be
Right,
valid.
right.
So a lot of folks use a passport and they're sometimes out of home country for 6 months or what have you. But yeah, as long as the ID itself is valid and isn't out of date, then it should be fine.
Right. And we have a lot of concerned users with KYC when it comes to certain countries. Are there any countries that you know of that are going to be disqualified for KYC? For instance, I know a lot of people are concerned specifically about Russia at this
Um, no individual on a decentralized platform will be discriminated against based on their country of origin. I'm going to just put it that way. That's the clearest I can be, because I've seen users who have said, like, I live in Iran, and they were concerned that sanctions were going to affect them, but it's not an issue. It's not something that we are doing at all.
Right.
So
It's
don't
not going to
stress
be
about
on
it.
it's not
Yeah,
going to be on our end. We're going to be fighting for you to be able to play and earn in these spaces.
yeah.
Just
One
be
thing,
assured of that one.
like the only thing that I could note, and this isn't really having anything to do with KYC necessarily, but like Japan specifically doesn't like play to earn games as a concept, right?
Oh
Am
my
I?
goodness, right?
Hey, welcome to the metaverse. I'm standing. What's up, Candidly Kristen? Candidly Kristen still standing there. Just gonna dance in front of Candidly Kristen. And let me change this because I'm looking a little blurry, looking a little fuzzy, bro. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Boop, boop.
Okay,
Sorry
okay.
for the flashing. Boop, boop, boop. I
I'm
got a
I'm
lot
not
of,
into your default
yeah.
uh avatar here, Joe.
Excuse me, default Conrad. This
This is
avatar,
our default. You know
this
what I mean. You
this
know what I mean.
avatar is only for community managers. All right, it's
Look,
only
Joe. I know we got
for
only community
ambassadors.
manager stuff
All right.
and only this, but come on, you have some avatars that haven't
I'm
been
I'm
seen yet
I'm
that we can beans
literally,
out.
no, check it out. I'm literally equipping it right now. I'm gonna alt tab again so we go back to this. Well,
Okay.
look at my avatar. I am currently playing as this avatar, but it's gonna automatically overwrite my
Is
avatar
it
to
going to
show,
overwrite? Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Can you
so the
guys
community
see
knows.
that character? That is so
I'm gonna
cool.
hit change my avatar and show you guys what he's talking about. So I have one of these 10K PFP projects that is partnered with the Sandbox in this season for some interoperability value. And this particular avatar is the Gods of Rock, but it is the Demigods of Rock edition of their NFTs. And because I have this NFT, I automatically get the interpretation in the Sandbox game. If I wasn't a community manager, you'd be able to see this. I would run around as this. I also got another one airdropped to me by the company Lady Pixie a couple of months ago. Is that translated? This thing called Shadow was sent to a handful of live streamers from the group, and it got interpreted literally like within the last 2 days or something, where I would
Oh,
be
that's
able to
wild
run around
looking.
in this if I was, in not a community manager, right? But one thing I want to note here is when you're looking at design on some of these assets, I would exercise a little bit of caution on what this is obviously super cool. If I want to go no
Oh,
equipment,
it
it's
looks epic.
beautiful, right? It'd be great for a social hub or something like that. But as soon as I start to put equipment on, these like large horns and this halo and things like that, they're going to poke through like a hat if I put it on, stuff like that. So it's a stylistic choice that you'll make with your team if you're making avatars later down the road when more people can do so. Do you want to make it have these large pieces? If you do, know that none of the equipment is going to fit super well. It'll poke through. It'll look a little silly, right? But these are still super cool. Got my POCs, avatars. Got a whole bunch of those. But I'm going to close this out and go back into the
Okay,
game.
community manager. All right, let's go. Let's
Let's
go look
go.
back into it.
And in the meantime, once again, folks, I want to make sure that you guys understand you can ask questions at any time. So feel free to put those questions in the chat.
Oh, they got
And
him. Don't even sweat it.
okay, very good.
I'm just
KY,
poking fun at you.
I'm seeing the Turbo Timmy question real quick, and I want to answer this
Oh yeah,
really
go
quick.
ahead.
It says, is KYC active now or still only for testers? Turbo Timmy. It had been turned off just until the launch is ready. That is all. And anybody that you see kind of coming in and out of the experience right now are going to be community managers like Wizard West or staff members. Look at you just sitting on the floor. You just sit. I forget how to sit. Oh yeah, X.
X. Yep,
X
gonna be X.
sits on the floor. What's up? I'm just gonna zen out with you, hanging out. All right.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
running. I'm gonna. Okay. I wanna walk. I forget how to walk. How do I walk?
The
I'm
squiggly
walking here.
upper left next to one. I forget what that thing's called.
Yeah.
I believe that was the
It
button.
does not make me walk,
Is it
but I'm
Z
gonna press
that I'm
O.
thinking of?
Z. You're right. Z makes me walk.
Oh
Three
yeah,
different.
Candle Christian's
Oh
guys.
yeah.
Same with Grumpy. Same with Grumpy.
Three different speeds of walking. Doop, doop, doop. Um, you can so you don't even have to hold sprint to be sprinting if you just use the Z function and make sprint your default movement, which is great. Press random buttons, says Candidly Kristen. That's what I do. All right, that's what I do. What I'm not going to do on this live stream is spoil too much for you guys. So I'm going to show you some cool stuff while we answer your questions. But I will not be taking the quests from the characters.
Okay, okay.
All right, and I'm not actually going to finish the plunger quest either. One thing that I'll note is that,
Plunger quest.
oh, literally, collect plungers.
Oh, I know. I know. I got them
Yes.
rabid talking
Yeah, that's right. So look at how smoothly I walk up the stairs here, right? I like this. Doop, 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 doop.
Yes. Yes, Turbo Timmy. No more holding down shift forever.
That's right. Be like, I want this
Just
to be more
infinite,
casual. Just tap Z.
infinite
You're like,
run,
just gonna walk,
please.
just chilling.
Right.
We're going, and now we're sprinting. That's just tapping Z. GG. Here we go. All right. Checking out some stuff. Ooh, look at this. Look at this
Dark Shadow,
season
as soon
pass.
as we go live, you'll be able to download the correct version and go to town as soon as it's announced. So we'll be
It's true.
opening up them floodgates tomorrow, and then people can start downloading and doing what they need. Especially with KYC, which if you want to earn in this alpha, you have to be KYC'd, as that's going to be released tomorrow and starting as well.
That's correct. And you'll be able to play whether you want to KYC or not. You can play, but before you're eligible to win, in any of the raffles before you're eligible to, get sand or anything like that, you must be KYC'd. So if
Right.
your account
Even
is not KYC'd and your name is drawn, including in our live streams, you will automatically be disqualified if you did not KYC.
right, right. And how about for holders, Joe? For instance, if we're holding assets that are going to be a part of these sand rewards,
All right, give me
are
a
we
second
going to have
here.
to
I've
KYC
got
as well?
got a whole bunch of things here. You
No
need an
worries.
account to access and ideate experiences, progress and level up. Get 12 million sand in rewards. Account verification is required in order to claim the Alpha Season 3 rewards. That is what it says on my document. So I'm going to go ahead
Yeah.
and say that means all rewards. You got to
So
be a real
even for
person.
holder rewards for this
Yes.
season.
Yep. So if you're a board ape, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I got some rewards I can guaranteed earn, it'll be worth the KYC for that. It's really straightforward. Like I said, it only takes a couple of minutes. Everybody who's tried it so far has said they had been approved super fast. You KYC Yihang, whichever account is your account. That's the one you'll want to
Right.
KYC.
This will
So,
go nicely into Ice Pilot X7's question,
sure.
which is the KYC verification connected to your email or your wallet?
The
Because when I
KYC.
did it,
Mhm.
it did not connect my wallet to KYC. There's that.
Okay. So the account itself is the thing that gets KYC'd. Um,
And your account is your wallet.
right. Your account is your wallet natively. Now, over time, as one of the updates, we do want to make it so that a person could have multiple wallets on that same one KYC. As as Ehang is mentioning, they have a ledger and a MetaMask. Well, how do I have KYC on both? Oh, and we want to make that possible in the future. But for now, as it is, your wallet is your account. All right. Dark Shadow Fox says, "Will the KYC help if my account ever gets hacked or compromised?" So I'm not sure exactly, Dark Shadow Fox, because the KYC process is actually a third party partner that is managing that process, as we are not a KYC company. So you'll want to look into the terms of that, because
Right.
I.
It would. I can imagine that it can help um, with your fight against, a
Mhm,
hack or a compromisation when it comes to any sort of wallets or lands, things like that. If you got
yep.
phished, but again, a lot of that is Web3. You got to just be careful. You
Mhm,
just have to be
mhm.
careful.
Yeah, and like, due to the nature of Web3, we can't protect your account implicitly, and because your account is your wallet, if your wallet gets taken from you, if somebody gets your seed phrase or what have you, then you would have to basically forfeit the account anyway. And we can, if you reach out to us as staff, we can ban that account or ban that wallet, but you would need to make another one. And I believe you could get the other one KYC verified, because we can go back in your account on the back end and uncheck your KYC verification and say you're no longer verified on the other account. But
Right.
yeah, so
There are ways around this stuff. Of course, it's all back end, and
yeah,
nothing is final at this time, as we're still in an alpha and we're trying to get as much feedback from everybody as possible.
yep, yep.
So we're sitting here in front of the NFT. This
Oh
isn't
yeah,
the
I was just
institute,
showing that.
right?
This
We're
is
just
the
looking at some.
NFT collection. That's
We
right.
just got
It's
some of the
part of
collection.
the hub. I just was showing off the little. This is what the alpha pass looks like for alpha season 3. If you didn't see it in a video, you can see it inside the lobby. It's got a cute little golden bored ape with the laser eyes. That's the one that the Sandbox game purchased some time ago. Looks like they got a little Steve Aoki there. We can identify them by the cake in their hand. Got a little
Of course,
rabbit. It's in August
Aoki loves throwing
2022,
that cake.
and a lot of plungers around that 3 right there. All right, we're seeing details here. Raffle ticket. This is just showcased, right? They're showcasing the asset representing raffle tickets. The Alpha Season 3 pass allows explorers of the metaverse to claim sand rewards they unlock by completing the levels of Alpha Season 3. It must be claimed before the end of Season 3. That meaning the pass itself. All right. as we're running around here. You've got a nice little representation of stage with Aoki, but Wizard West apparently has taken over. You know, Wizard West having fun. Just a few feet away from here, got some World of Women avatars. Got some little rabbits hanging out around these art installations. Who's this fine gentleman? Can't talk to you. I forgot. If I talk to them, I might trigger a quest, and I don't want to do that. I don't want
Yeah,
to
we don't want to
spoil it
talk to
for you.
anybody.
I don't want to spoil it for you. But we got lots of people we could chat with, lots of quests to pick up. There are 17 quests just in the Alpha hub itself. And you
Just
can
right here.
see in the top right of the screen, it says, I am level 1. I have 0 out of 10 ethos points, which are the points you earn when you get the quests. Those don't trigger quests in this room, but they do have beans. That's true. Candidly, Kristen, I'm being vague.
We're being
Intentionally.
overly
I've
cautious.
played
Yeah.
the heck out of this experience. I know exactly what triggers
We got
what,
to see.
how to get the
We got to
quest done
see
in record time.
when some of these little blocks were being first put in. So
Yep. Literally, actually, I sent in a request to the developer who was working on this experience, and I was like, "Hey, it's not done," and they were like, "Duh, I'm working on it."
yeah,
So,
like, we're
like,
still literally doing it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
huh.
yeah. So we've been in this space for a very long time. We got a little Bored Ape representation over here. And in the meantime, as we're running around in this space, Conrad, do we have another question we can address for the
Oh,
people?
yeah, we're going to be going through hundreds. I'm just trying to take care of something on the back end here,
Okay.
as well as Twitter is not getting our feed today, but we'll have to go back and help fix that. I've been working in the background here, but oh,
What up? What you got?
okay. And I did get confirmation on something else. The Twitter is getting fixed at this time, but I can't spill those beans yet as they're not fully cooked. I'll
Oh,
tell you
okay.
about them
All right.
afterwards, but it
All
has to
right.
do with Wizzy things. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, but it's LOL Kong says, does holding a certain sandbox or sandbox affiliated asset help in any way for season 3? Can't wait.
Yes, it does. I will show you. I have to alt tab again. Boop. Okay, here we go. So, in the play section here, if I go to, I think, shop, it's going to show me where those things are when I'm in the play section. If I click shop, you may already
Okay,
have some
okay.
of these assets. I do. Gotta wait on a little bit of loading as all those images are popping in still, and eventually I will get on over. But you have assets that can earn you on different line items. All right, so if you are in the rewards section, you will see the Alpha Season Pass. If you are one of 10,000 people who wins the Season Pass, we give them all away for free, minus the claim on the Ethereum network. So you'll need a little bit of ETH to claim the pass itself. The sand rewards at the end of the season are going to be on the Polygon network because we've already migrated sand over there, but the assets haven't yet. So the pass itself will be on the ETH network this time. Anyway, the shop section here shows the other assets that are currently available for rewards in each of the 3 categories. So you've got the avatar category, where I have 5 people of cryptos. You may own a BAYC, you may own a Snoop Dogg's Doggies, you may own Clone X Cool Cats, and you'll be able to go down this list and see exactly what you do own. All these
Right,
assets
right.
here don't necessarily have to be something that you would buy as an avatar first in the sandbox game, but they do have an interpretation of a voxelized version of itself in the sandbox game. So you will see things from each one of these collections running around, people running around in the metaverse looking like their 10K PFP Gutter Cat or their Demigod of Rock, as I showed you earlier, things like that. You might see people who look like their Clone X, like Alex,
Okay.
if Alex doesn't look like a moderator. But the
So
NFTs themselves come
I'm
from
gonna
all of
skip
these collections. Yes, sir.
right. I'm gonna skip ahead here to some of these questions. I apologize for anybody who has one in queue at the moment. So excellent stuff wants to know if having extra avatars is going to give them more on their guaranteed reward. So they have 3 avatars, or are they capped with just the one reward there, as you have
You,
multiple yourself.
yeah. So you're like me. You have quite a few of them maybe. But the rewards are still going to be a set number. And the reason why this is, as I go back to the rewards page, let's say, for example, I have an avatar, it unlocks, and I had 5 of these, right? What would end up happening is everybody who owns an avatar, and there's some, I think 140,000, I'm going to double check that number because I have it on this sheet here. 140,000 playable avatars are available in Alpha Season 3. So if all 140,000 of those avatars were individually KYC'd on an individual account, then you'd have a maximum of that times the reward, which I think the reward for avatars is like 30, but don't quote me on that. Numbers, you
Okay,
know.
okay.
So anyway, the point being, you won't get one for each because then we would be essentially over distributing the sand token, which, you know, we think about supply and demand when we make these seasons. We have a pool of sand that is available predefined for the alpha pass holders. We have a pool of sand that was available predefined for the leaderboard. We have a pool of sand for land owners, avatar owners, and NFT collectors. So the pool is each one of these tiers. It doesn't matter how many lands you own. Owning 1, owning 20, you know, you're going to have the same reward. It's just a nice kickback, a nice utility that you're going to have for that. You don't necessarily have to own a doggy. You could own a BAYC. You're still getting the avatar owner because that is part of what you would know to be interoperability rewards for those people who are in those communities. And from a business standpoint, it's good cross promotion, good marketing to get everybody involved in the metaverse, right? In a legitimate way, instead of just saying like, we are us and you are them. I say it all the time that it's not us or them, it's us and them in the sandbox game. This is a good show of that.
Right, right. Good show, good show. Um, now, so owning multiple of the same project isn't
Yeah.
going to take us anywhere.
No, no, no.
Can
Because it's the pool itself. So if I owned one doggy and one World of Women, I'm still unlocking the same amount of pool as somebody who owns just one avatar.
right,
But that's going to be advantageous in the opposite direction because you're going to have a lot of folks who own World of Women who never looked at the sandbox before. Now they're registering accounts. Now they're playing here in the metaverse and they're having fun with everybody else. Maybe they turn into a creator down the road and you'll start to see new experiences being built because we are genuinely open to everyone that way. Now,
right,
the
right.
same thing
Okay,
is true with
so
the NFT collector
oh,
because
okay,
that question comes up. I think I saw it there, so I want to hit that before we get to it. NFT collector, you
right,
just need to own one NFT that is in that group of, I think there's a good few hundred choices that you could have there. You may already have one. If you had played in season 1 and you still have that alpha season 1 pass, you will get this unlocked for you. Season 2, same thing. And there are other options coming. It never ends, chat. I swear to you.
that your
That was
was that
my
your
I had my
your
soundproofing. I
soundproofing?
put it up, but I used apparently just an awful glue because I was like, there's no way. This whole wall
Do you
has
know
been
what?
perfect.
Do you know
That
what,
wall over there had been falling down all yesterday during the show. Laughing. It wasn't even cheap glue. I'm talking about like this is the stuff they
look,
recommend, the 3M stuff. But apparently these towels are just like, no, I don't
Joe,
like it.
Joe, do you know what? You know
I'm
what
just
was
gonna
required for
super
that
glue it.
glue?
I'm gonna super glue it.
It needed some friendship in
I
there.
was gonna say the power of friendship could have done
The
it.
power of friendship
Yep.
would have done it.
Yep.
It wouldn't have fell if I would have helped. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens.
Second
Uh-huh.
time while streaming. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna straight up just blow this place up, man. I'm gonna not really, but yeah, keeper top shot. My soundproofing fell off the wall. I bought this soundproofing, and I wasn't really paying attention, quite honestly. And I was like, oh yep, okay, it's the right size, it's the right color. I'm gonna get it, bought it, and then it comes in and it's polyurethane plastic soundproofing, which is good for deflection, but not good for sound absorption necessarily.
Right.
So I got this polyurethane, and I'm like, all right, well, it's fine. I got a high power glue. I'm doing the thing. But as is the nature of polyurethane, this has nothing to do with the alpha. You guys probably don't even care, but the triangles this way look great, but on the other side, open cup. It's not flat at all. Like a foam one would be flat, and so you could cover the whole thing the same. you know, glue. But with this, it's just like the lines between or the grid between the pyramids that actually sticks to the wall. So apparently, I need to just get serious. I need to just get
Chad
some
is just
crazy glue.
flaming you up here.
That's fine. I'm not
Oh,
even
okay,
mad.
okay. All right, all right. So
Live and you learn.
now
You know what I mean? I just
I'm
bought a
still
house. What do I know?
I'm still right, right. You spent all your money on the house. Don't wanna stick out for glue.
that's
I
not.
got you.
That's not even it. That's not. Even, it's more
Oh
like
my goodness.
I would have never been able to do this before, right? Like so
Right,
now I
right.
can do it, and you live and you learn, right? Things you gotta fail in order to succeed eventually.
Honest to goodness though, Joe is a testament to how Web3
Oh,
can help you get success here in the
that's
real
so
world
funny.
too.
Somebody is smarter than me saying, you could have just picked up the thing. Like, so this is what it looks like, right? This is what it looks
There you
like. I
go.
could have just grabbed it. And you might be able to see the texture. You probably can't because I'm tiny right now. But you could see it's hollow on the back, so only this part was sticking to the wall all the way across. And the adhesive, like, this is still tacky. Like, it's still glue on it. But whatever. You know what I mean?
You got it. You got it.
Soundproofing board makes sound. Give Joe his money back. All right. More
Okay, I do want
ESP. Oh
to.
yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
want
Go
to. I
ahead.
want to keep. I'm skipping ahead on my questions here still. So Kingsboy 707 already had this question answered for them by Randuxy over on YouTube chat.
Sure.
They want to know if this will be open to the general public without an alpha pass, and
Yes.
of course, this is going to be open for everyone tomorrow on the 24th as season 3 begins. And of course, you can always go to that create tab, download VoxEdit for free, or that game maker, and go to that drafts gallery play a lot of games that these creators are making right now with that
Yes.
free game making software. And then to continue to fast forward here, Zav says over on YouTube, I see a community booster on your screen. Are there staking rewards this season?
Let me scroll and see what I can say.
What did you see there?
Let me scroll and see what I can say. hmm. Hmm. Progression in rewards says up to 12 million sand in rewards. Do 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 do. Scroll. Do. I'm trying to check. I'm trying to check.
I know, I know.
All right. I got a 1.5 million sand prize pool for the leaderboards, where first place is 30,000 sand. Second through 10th get 5,000 sand. 11th through 200 get 1.5 thousand sand. 201 through 1,000 place in the leaderboard gets 750 sand. And 1,001 through 5,000th place gets 60 sand for simply playing. Let's see here. 66 exclusive equipable NFTs. All right. I got an Alpha Season 3 schedule. Oh. So, opening tomorrow. Opening tomorrow is the Season 3 Alpha Lobby and Club XYZ featuring Steve Aoki in this season. We'll
Okay,
talk more.
okay.
Tomorrow I can tell you
PG,
about what comes the next day.
okay, PG Live PT, yes, KYC for the leaderboards, as far as we're aware of right now.
And I don't see exactly an announcement in here about or not about uh, staking. But I did see the UI element myself. So I'm also
Right.
curious about this because I saw it in two places. Makes me feel good, but I won't confirm it until
Joe is
somebody
Joe is
tells me.
accidentally spilling some beans here.
It happens. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you
But I
gonna do?
mean, it's beans that we didn't even.
Yeah. Is there a loser board? There is not, Keeper Top Shot, but there are guaranteed rewards for people who
Right.
own certain assets. So that's kind of a loser board in a good way.
You'll see me at the bottom. What's up? I'm kidding. I'm gonna be at the top.
All right, you ready?
Sorry,
What's up?
getting
What's
getting
next?
too
Let's
hype.
go.
Getting too hype. All right, you need to show us around here. Okay.
All right.
We
All
need
right.
to go around here.
I was
Okay, you need to
dancing. All
walk
right.
us
I was
around.
enjoying. I was
All
enjoying.
right, because
Oh, look at
we're running down
little
the
Care
last 40
Bears.
minutes here.
Little Care Bears. All right. Can't talk to them. But I see Care Bears. And then within like 5 feet of Care Bears, I'm seeing some very familiar plants. Who could this be? Oh, hey. It's Snoop Dogg. What's up, Snoop? A little, just a little adventure. Little VIP section over here.
Okay, okay.
Okay. All right. Just casually going. I'm going at mid speed.
Oh,
Okay.
or are we hanging out? Is this where the crashed ship is? We're
Wow. What
This
crash
is
ship?
where we're
What
heading up
oh,
here.
what
This guy here.
what crash
I like
ship?
this.
What's that about?
We can't talk to the NPCs, Ice Pilot. We don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, I don't want to give away. You're gonna get to enjoy the game when you can log in tomorrow and play in Alpha Season 3. I don't want to spoil that. I kind of want to get on top of the ship. Like, can I get up there? Come on, let me up. Let me up, sir. Sir. All right, that's fine.
Fine, it's fine. It's fine. But what else do we have here? Because that's
All
looking
right,
wild out there,
this
and
is
this is
cool.
looking. It feels bigger than the other lobby.
You know, it's actually not bigger. It is also a 2x2, just like the previous lobby. But there's a
It's
lot
just
more going on.
it's
There's
open,
more
right?
individual, a little Avenged Sevenfold in the space. Oh, you know, I want to talk to you. I don't want to give anything away real quick. All
Killing me.
right. I'm not going to do it. Wizard West hiding. Sneaky, sneaky. Who's this? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Got a little Smurfs action right here. Okay. Let me see. Got a Minotaur. I recognize them. I know what they do. We can't talk. Can't talk about that. Conrad, what kind of questions we got as well?
Well, Ozerger Burtok 27. I hopefully didn't butcher that too bad. Wants to know, will there be 100% completion reward?
Um, I last season that was determined in the mid of the season. I would project, and I'm not the final say on this, but I would project that there will not be 100% completion rewards in this season for two different reasons. One is that we have a leaderboard now. And the leaderboard, this question was asked, and these go together. So the every time I complete a quest, in the top right of my screen, I've got level 1. It says I have 0 out of 10 EP earned. So every time I complete a quest, I'm going to get EP. And I assume that those people on the top of that leaderboard are all going to be 100% completion players. Then what's going to make the difference is the amount of time it takes for you to complete these quests. So this, as soon as I loaded the game, collect plungers quest opened, and this is not completed. So the clock has been ticking this whole time. If I would have collected the plungers, then I could have completed it in a reasonable amount of time, right? A user who's going to speedrun this will have already completed it and then come back and do it again to try to get a more efficient time and push their way up that high scores list. Because once again, I believe that of the 4 million registered wallets right now, there's probably going to be 5,000 people that do all the quests. You don't have to. Maybe that's not the case. But if that does happen, then it's going to come down to who did those quests faster.
Right, right.
Just gonna
And RX78 says, if I buy an avatar later before raffle day, can I still get M-Sand or should I buy before the alpha?
the avatar rewards are eligible until the snapshot date,
You're
which
just
would
casually
be
sitting in this hot tub.
the end. Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm just
continue.
chilling in the hot tub. Um, the avatars rewards will end. Like you'll see, your levels 1 through 5 are opening, but you're not going to have rewards unless you have the thing. The claim date, the close is on the 3rd of November, and the claim date is on the 5th, I believe, according to this form. Let me double check this real quick. Raffle draw is November 3rd. So you would have to have it before November 3rd, for sure. To be safe, I'd get it before November 1st, which is the last day of the alpha. Is the snapshot may happen before it will have to happen before the raffle drop. But I'll get a confirmation because last season we didn't have we had this kind of weird thing happen timing wise. And I think we fixed it where we had like a 24-hour period where it was questionable and people were asking. So I'll get a better answer before, of course, the end. But we've got a good 10 weeks to go here. November 5th is the reward claim, meaning before then the snapshot would have been taken, and so that we know who could claim rewards. And you don't have to claim on the 5th. You could claim at any point after that.
Can you can we go back to some rabbits things here?
Sure,
Orange Bag
sure.
Lady over on YouTube is having a heart attack seeing some of these assets here.
What's up, little
Oh,
guy?
look at that little guy.
He's ready. He wants me to
They
take
are
a quest.
perfect. They are
He's
perfect for
upset about
voxelization.
it. Look at this. You
Like
could. What is this? Horse racing. The boudoir.
horse reason.
Slip and slide. What does this say? Teeter. Is that right?
I can't quite do it.
Like
You
teeter
guys are gonna have
totter.
to find out for yourselves tomorrow.
And
I'm try and
then
read it a little
Villa
better.
Rapids. There we
The
go.
Villa.
Yeah. Oh, we got a little Vault Gucci over here. Okay. Just a
Okay,
little.
okay.
Rabbits are taking over this one. Look at this. We get a little rabid feet right there, leading up.
I do like the little tracks. Like, come on. You can't not love
The
when
graffiti is
rabbits
where
get
it's
into
at.
things.
Messing it up. They're messing stuff up, Conrad. I don't love it. They're messing it up. But it looks good. It looks good. They look fun. I can't wait to play their experience. Spoiler alert. You know, everything that's in this space has an experience to play. And that's why I'm not talking to any NPCs. Because you talk to
Oh
some
my
of them, and
goodness.
it's like, hey, you want to go play my game?
What is going
And
on in the
it'll
upper
just
left
start
there?
taking us there.
What?
What? What?
I'm seeing that giant UFO over there. We gotta keep going. You're welcome, Orange Bag Lady. I'm glad that was exciting for you. I'm excited for this. Everything here. This is crazy.
It's great to
This is
see,
wild.
like, this is sort of, I like this experience particularly because it's kind of the metaverse personified, right? It's all these different groups and IPs that are out there in the world coming together into one space and melding without anybody doing that thing where they're like, no, like it has to be special, curated, whatever, right? Like they can just enjoy being in the space together at the same time, whether it's, the Smurfs, Rabbids, Snoop, Steve Aoki, all that stuff, all kind of here together. Aoki, you have a quest for me, but I won't take it. I'm gonna look at your equipment though. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all this. This guy's doing work with keyboards right now. All right, Conrad,
Whoa. Sorry, I'm
what's
getting
up?
distracted here. I haven't been in here in a minute, and I'm seeing some new things.
All right.
Okay. So we got to get back to these questions here.
Okay.
And then of course, there's a giveaway to do as well. I have
Oh
that
yeah.
coming up real soon, right around the corner for you guys. But IT has a good question. I don't know if anybody's already asked it, but does Memorabilia still give benefits in this season?
Yes.
Can't wait to see. Can't see it on our accounts right now. So
Let me
at
check.
this time,
I show
folks cannot see it,
tickets.
but you're getting tickets.
I'm showing you
And then
the
Michael,
tickets right now.
Michael wants to know if we're going to be doing a tutorial on KYC. Michael, I am going to do something along those lines. I'm going to get it set up for you guys over there on YouTube. We'll try and make sure everybody has proper access to that. So in due time. Otherwise, it is a fairly easy process.
Mhm,
Only takes a
mhm.
few minutes. I can help you walk through it though.
All right. So you can see season 1 memorabilia by reaching level 5 in Alpha Season 1. Boom, boom. 150 tickets toward the raffle. Right now I have a total of 720 based on these default states. Season 2 memorabilia doing the same thing. Reach level 5 Alpha Season 2. Then I earned an Alpha Season 1 pass and an Alpha Season 2 pass that I still currently own. Didn't get rid of them. I get tickets for those. I can get 25 raffle tickets for a friend referral. Friend referrals have other benefits as well. Daily challenges, 5 raffle tickets each, up to 350 total raffle tickets. Sandbox staking. by staking sand. You can earn raffle tickets. Quest by leveling up the simplest way as we go into rewards here. You can see the raffle tickets here. If you reach level 5, you will get the season's memorabilia that will grant them extra rewards for all future seasons. Please note that the memorabilia is not an NFT. So there is an Alpha Season 3 memorabilia as well.
Yeah.
All right.
And Sandman wants to know for the leaderboard, does the timer continuously run once you've activated that first quest, or the timer only keeps track of each quest's completion time?
Um, it, both. So, like, I grabbed a plunger, so I got the collect plungers quest, right? You can see it says not completed right now. Let me just go ahead and collect them, and I can show you kind of what's going to happen here if I can find a good 35 of them. I should be able to. On our official experiences, we tend to. Oh, there's a nice ledger. School of Block. Ooh, okay. That was actually one of my more preferred experiences that I've tested so far. The School of Block. I'm excited to see it come into existence for everyone else.
Gotta love some Spyro, Orange Bag Lady. I'm with you. So at the moment, memorabilia is literally just going to be, think of it as like an achievement that's going to be attached to your account. It might help you in the future, or let's say with some tickets or something along those lines, but they cannot be transferred as they are account bound, therefore wallet bound.
Yes, that is true.
And
All
at this
right.
time, PG Live PT, we are not aware of a search function on the leaderboard, though. I would welcome that for sure.
Let's check. I don't think I can look up other people, no. But you will see yourself. I'm not listed on the
Right.
leaderboards, but on the bottom it'll say you and have your number, like what rank you are. Um, I didn't participate in this particular test, so I don't have anything on there at this time.
Right, but as we continue on these questions, and this is wild beans here. More ESB76 wants to know all power gems. I mean, avatar equipped with weapon with 4 damage gems, aura with
Mm-hmm.
power damage, etc. Affect attacking, adding to a grand total of damage, or does just the weapons gems count for damage? So does everything on your outfit count, or is it just what's in your hand?
Everything on your person counts. Defense will give you additional HP. Power gives you damage.
Right. So is having power gems going to help us in this season?
Um, to a certain extent, I think that it will. But I think for the most part, as you can see, even just this collect plungers quest seems to be taking me forever to do.
Right.
If like not actually forever, it's a relatively short amount of time. But if I was
Still,
to
still.
speed run, then yeah, I would. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? I'm gonna have to move my
Sahil,
phone.
right now, what's going to happen with the leaderboard is you're going to be able to play these games as many times as you want. Play these quests over and over again. Maximize your best time. We believe in you.
There we go. So now you can see I completed one quest. It just ticked out, but I believe as a staff member, I may not be able to get a EP. I have to double
it's not
check.
gonna. It's not gonna do it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't show it in the top right, but nonetheless, that quest completed. So let's see if I can see it on the website.
Oh,
I'm gonna
there
try
we
to
go.
refresh.
0 EP earned because you were so slow.
I have 1 out of 0 EP. All right, 1 out of 0. But as we're going through a reset, I guess you guys can't see it the way that I saw it previously, but you can see how quickly it does report to the website and does show. But 1 out of 0 EP is listed on my thing. So that may be intentional so that I don't go up on the leaderboard. And I can't, as a result of not being able to be on the leaderboard, I cannot earn sand
Right.
as a
Right.
staff member. But nonetheless, I will have a time. So if uh, hmm, I want to restart. But I don't want to go
Okay.
to
Okay.
the map. Let's go to the
I'm
map.
with you. This is more of a comment than anything else, but OG Paddock Yeti. I'm horrible with names, my friend. Over on YouTube, Says what kind of wizardry is going on with the asset collections? Amazing job replicating NFTs into avatars. BAYC is lit. Thank you, friend.
Nice. Yes.
I'm glad to be a part of this with you, Joe. For
The,
real.
honestly, the wizardry. Let me tell you the wizardry. 3 to 6 months worth of work per project
Oh
from
my
dedicated
goodness.
artists,
Every day,
handcrafting, literally.
in and out, doing
Yes.
what they can,
Yes.
making them box edits. Eek.
I'd have to leave the experience, and I can't leave the experience unless I close the program, which I could totally do. I'm going to close the program just to try to show you guys
Okay, okay.
the timer. Hopefully, you'll be able to see the timer. It does say I have 1 out of 17 EP earned. I have visited the experience, but I'm going to hit play again and see if I can have a time on it, because it'll probably be like an hour or whatever I've been on so far. But
Right, right.
yeah. Anyway, yeah,
So
lots of work going into doggies, the BAYC, Aoki, Cyberkongs, Wild Cool
it's
Cats, Clone
it's
X, Cata Cats.
ridiculous.
It's wild. Everything.
It goes on. Like there's so many, like the tens of thousands of NFTs turned into avatars by hand.
Yeah. But you can also start work on one of those creations if you wanted to. VoxEdit software is free for anybody to use.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
And Nate, don't worry, Nate. The beard will come back. I just wanted to show everybody how quickly it can grow. So we got a nice little trim here. Got rid of all those scragglies. We're changing up the hair. It's coming by time, but new season, new. Who's
There we
this?
go.
Like, what's going
There we
on?
go. You see it? Okay, chat. On the right side. I don't know. It's relatively small text for you. Hopefully you can read it. But it says current time, your best time. So it did
Oh, I
record
like
my
that.
time. So I played and I wasn't really trying, and it took me 39 minutes because I was hanging out in the social hub. But I want to do it fast.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's really good for any quest. It will do that. When you pick up a quest that can have a time, or like whatever, pick up a quest can be completed. Even if it's like in this particular instance, if I go pick up the Steve Aoki quest, the first step is going to say go talk to Snoop Dogg, and I got to run over to Snoop. Now, the cool thing about that quest, and this is why when we were talking about power gems, how I don't think it'll really have as much impact as you think, the Aoki quest and the Snoop quest is only walking, right? So none of that stuff really matters. But as I'm on the plunger quest, it's no combat, it's just walking. So if the predominant amount of these quests are platforming, and there's a huge number of these quests, so you may never need to be really good at combat at all. I didn't need to go that way. See, I could have shaved time here if I was paying attention. There was no plungers in there.
Roads guy, welcome to the GMAE show. We do this show 5 days a week. It's going to be at 3 a.m. UTC. We stream not just to Twitch, but also to YouTube, D Live, Theta, Twitter, and Facebook. And oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot more of you out there than just on Twitch. And as the season begins to start up, you'll see more people pop on. As right now, we're already 50 over our average. And with season 3, there's going to be a lot more people popping
Yep.
up, lots of questions repeated. And we're going to try our best to help you guys. So please stay tuned. And if your question
Yes.
doesn't get answered right away, please bear with us. We'll try and get to you.
Where are the other plungers? Ah, got one. I need one more. I just need one more. Right here, right? Here we go. Let's go. Got it. Okay. 2 minutes,
There we
42
go. There we
seconds.
go.
Right?
If KYC was showing earlier today, Synapse was having some issues where it was trying to force anima onto people. If that means gibberish to you, very good. That means you didn't have that issue. So the KYC will be opened up a little later. If anything, it should be clean and ready to go for tomorrow. And if there is any sort of, let's say you're in the middle of the process and you got to bring it back up, or let's say it goes down again, you will be saved in that position. So it's for them. They got you. Don't even worry about
Yeah. Now, a question
it.
comes
Take a
in real
deep breath.
quick. Keep Keeper Top Shot saying, what is the max number of players in an instance right now? Currently, that is still 40, but it's a soft cap. So if you have a good friend and you say /join instance, you can. This is how you do it. If it's your first time with us with the seasonal content, I'm going to type /instances in the bottom in the chat. It's going to say right now, because there are only uh, community managers online, it says there is one instance. This is the ID number 59730, population of 4. If there was another one, I could type /join 59731 and go over there, right? And I could go to the instance that has my best friend in it, and I could leave this one behind.
I see you candidly.
But once an experience is up to 30, it's going to start to push people off into other experiences. If the experiences are filling up really fast, like with the launch, I project will probably happen, you may see them go over the cap. And when they get over like 60, things get a little weird. So if you're experiencing things getting a little strange, getting a little weird, feel free to move your instance by typing /instances. Oh, imagine typing /instances. You'll see a whole list of them. It'll show you like 30, 40, 50 instances as we first open. I'm sure of it. And then you can go to another one that has a lesser population, and you could, if you're experiencing some instability in that space. All right.
Okay, we still have more questions, and we also have a NFT to give away today as well. I was
All right.
catching up with Alex earlier, and he's saying that he's got a, a bit more that he's chewed off here, or a
Mm-hmm.
bit more than he can chew, rather, with this animation. I gotta say,
Oh
hopefully that
yeah.
sounds cryptic enough to where you're understanding what I'm saying.
I mean, I
But
already knew. There are
yeah,
multiple
right,
little
right, right.
beans happening in the Wizzyverse here. Uh, yeah, with
I wish I
relation
could share
to.
with you guys. There's a lot
I
going
know.
on that I'm excited about, and it's not just alpha content. But Pele over there, giving me a nice compliment. Thank you so much for new season. Who dis? What's up? I think the Sand Fam would be pretty torn if I made a poll out there on which look was better.
Yep,
Because I
I
went
know.
from gigantic beard, brown dark hair to whatever this is right now.
Right, right. So a fun thing for you guys, if you are fledging level developers, you're thinking to yourself, "Hey, I want to make a game, and I want it to be good and playable." You'll notice that we had plungers, and I completed the plunger quest, but there are still a few left around the map. We do that intentionally so that a quest that is relatively simple, like that one, among many other quests, can be completed without somebody stressing out, because it can be hugely disappointing if you say, go pick up 25 coins, and you only have 25 coins on the whole map. And then I'm just like doing laps looking for the last coin. You know, you can have some perfectionist quests out there if you want to, but usually you'll still want those to be fairly easy to see and maybe harder to access, but still easy to see if you're going to do those perfectionist quests. Otherwise, when we have this big, busy space right now, we make more, about 10% more than we need. Plungers exist in this world right now. See another one right there. All right, Conrad, what's up? What's
Okay, sorry.
next?
Sorry, doing all this background jazz, trying to make sure these people are happy here.
All right.
Oh my goodness. KYC is going to be available tomorrow, starting, if anything, folks. So just hang in there. Just make sure to keep checking back on your settings.
Mm-hmm,
Otherwise,
mm-hmm.
the alpha will be open to everybody without a pass. Don't even sweat it. Don't sweat it.
No
And
worries.
make sure to get some sleep, my friend.
You do want to sleep. If you are like many users, I was talking with somebody literally a few hours ago that went, it's 17 hours away, and I am not planning on sleeping. And I said, why don't you just sleep right now?
Right.
Like,
Right.
go to bed for 17 hours, wake up exceptionally refreshed so you can game it up if you want to.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get right to this question here
We
because
got
I
10
love this
weeks.
from PG Live PT. Okay, over on Twitch, another one fell. But
Another
PG
one.
Live PT asks, how is it possible this map doesn't have any lag?
uh,
I love this. Go ahead, Joe.
okay, so a couple things are happening, and I'm going to come over here to show it. First of all, first of all, I am playing this experience on and PG. I played your experience on the same PC, but I've got RTX 3080 on this PC, i9 Intel processor, and like 64 gigs of RAM or something, 32, 64, whatever, ton. It's a high end PC. Now, as I am standing back here, look closely at the details around this dead mouse area, these red tiles in that zone. As I step up, you're starting to see textures come to life. Things get a little bit more detailed as I step up. Even the shadowing that's happening around the columns, right? But then also, something important that's happening is that the assets that you see here are animated in the asset itself. So it's not using necessarily a lot of CPU logics to run them. Whereas many creators, when they're creating their experiences, make the movement of this asset from this place to that place as the way that they want to animate it. And when you do that as a function inside the game maker, you're adding additional CPU logic lag, right? So if that floating dead mouse speaker hologram thing was also moving left to right while this dead mouse character was walking around while, et cetera, then it would cause more lag. But these experiences have the artists creating the assets in VoxEdit. They're building the animations that give this place life. They are not expecting that the assets that are, they're not moving from point A to point B, which would cause more lag. It's an optimization feature. But as you look at the gold, you see the gold in the left side here? As I'm walking up, look at that green wall. As I walk up, the gold is spawning in. So this is a 0.7 update that is having these optimizations happen at depth. As I step up to the gold, it gets increasingly detailed as well. Increasing shadows, all these sorts of things are happening. So these optimizations for 0.7 are going to make a huge difference on even your experience when we played with the Smurfs.
Cosmogrog here has a
Floating
quote,
dead mouse
floating dead
speaker
mouse
hologram
speaker
thing is the
hologram.
scientific term. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yep. I'm just going to call it a little thingy thing, I could know the asset, I
Just a
suppose.
little, just a
I
little
push
tiny thing.
N, I can see some of these assets as NFTs if they are NFTs. I wonder if it's an NFT. It's not. Aha! So for now, it's just floating speaker hologram thing. No big deal.
Love it. I love it.
All right. Kryptons. Krypton SE. Crypto NSE. I don't know. Over on twitch.tv says that means that Alpha Season 3 experiences are going to be more smooth and efficient. And
Correct.
I believe that is the case. We've seen it in tests.
Right.
Looks good, feels good. All right, I'm going to go hang out in the club, the Warner Media
And
Group Club.
Orange Bag Lady earlier was questioning on what type of PC would be required to run the sandbox this season.
So the minimum requirement for basic respectable performance previously was an i5 4000 series, I believe, maybe 5000 series. Right now, an Intel processor is in the 12,000 series. So that would have been like 7 years ago as a processor. The GPU, however, should be a minimum of an NVIDIA 1050, I think, or equivalent. So that's a little bit higher, but most often the CPU is actually the bottleneck. I think that's.
Kendall Kristen gave us the exact
Oh,
stats
thank
there.
you.
Thank you so much.
GeForce GTX 760C. This is me. This is the difference between me just workshopping it off the top of my head, because I would never, personally, because I'm a super nerd who buys way too much technology, use a GTX 760 for gaming, right? Now, it says CPU i5 8400 or newer AVX support is required. So that's a good point. I saw somebody running it on a 5000 series, which is why I said that before. But can we turn the graphics down? You cannot currently turn the graphics down. Uh, Window RAM 8 gigs or more. For a Mac, you'd need a minimum model MacBook Pro 14.2 or newer, or 2017 Mac Mini desktop equivalent. You must be using OS 10.13 or newer with an GPU HD 4000.
Oh, there you go. J Cluster over on the Twitch chat says they streamed it with a GTX 970
Okay.
and run it on a 6000 series i5.
Yeah. And so this is where the recommended versus the possible steps in, right? It's just a matter of setting the expectation that you're going to see some lag in that. Maybe you don't care, maybe you're used to it, what have you. Because as you compare the on the Apple, it says the CPU 3.1 gigahertz dual core Intel Core i5. It doesn't say the series per se. Um, so nonetheless, if you have an i5 8400, if you compare that to like an i7 6000 series, they're about the same speed. And but you'd have to be a super nerd to know that.
Right, right.
All
And
right.
Renduxy wants to know: will there be spaces opening each day of the week, or will some days have no new experiences?
Okay. I will answer that. Let me scroll up to when the experiences all launch as individual experiences. Uh, it's a long PDF with a lot of information. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Literally, there's an experience launching every day. At least one. I'm double checking September. There's an experience every day in September. And October, every day in October. There's an experience every single day from August 24th, 2022 through October 31st, 2022. A new experience will open every one of those days, at least one.
Okay, okay. And Zoliner, if you go to the bottom of the game, the Create tab through the Game Maker or VoxEdit, it can show you the system requirements right at the bottom of that page that you go through out there. You're still struggling on that one. And Madden Sick, I already had this one kind of brought up a little bit, but they have a question about anti-cheat software and how this season is going to go. Because people cheat in even simple fun games like Fall Guys. So what are we going to do about cheaters? And Candidly Kristen here gave me a wonderful link that also was given to them as well. Uh, they're discussing the season 2 security update that happened April 27th. And I want to go ahead and share that Medium article with everybody as well. We are making sure to do everything on the back end to keep you guys safe and make sure there's no cheaters here in this Alpha Season 3.
Yeah, and then further, from that article, the implementation of KYC means you're not going to see a bunch of cheaters, a bunch of bots, or whatever attempting to even do that, because there's no sense in buying a botted account, right? Because you know that the person who botted has the security phrase to the wallet, because the wallet is the account. So you never want to buy one, so they'll never be able to sell them, right? So cheating just doesn't make sense. And then on the opposite side, um, we previously banned people outright in season 2 because we had the timer thing effective, right? We already knew what the timers were. If a person was trying to cheat on the timer, it becomes quite obvious because you separate yourself significantly from your peers in terms of times to complete these quests. So we were able to very easily and quickly eliminate a number of those accounts. And then for those users, who sometimes got in like the crosshairs of different time frames or whatever, they were able to submit a ticket, which candidly Kristen now suddenly sees like the helicopters in the back of their brain, because so
Right.
many tickets came in. But we just sorted out the what was obvious bot and took care of those pretty quickly because of all the back end metrics we have.
Right, right. And yes, every so often, if I'm reading something or concentrating on something else, I'll end up losing my own voice as I'm trying to think. So yeah, sometimes my mic will fade a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and send out a form here that everybody can fill out in the last 2 minutes of our live as we quick fire the rest of our questions as Joe runs around. And
Oh
this
yeah.
this form is for a certain enhanced whizzy purple themed hat you can use in any combat based experiences, unlike the one that we're in right now, as this would be a social hub.
Oh hey, the letter B. What's
Oh,
that
hey,
for?
my ice is done.
Your ice is done. Oh, I
What is this
fell.
the letter B doing here?
Oh, I don't know. There's a letter C. That's so weird. What are those for? Who would ever? Who would
What
ever
would,
know?
is there a Y somewhere?
What? MCA? No.
What? What am I seeing here?
So you're seeing there's an A, B, a C. You're
Right. And
seeing
is there a Y?
there are many puzzles.
I was trying
But
to
I'm gonna
spell
just come in.
BAYC, right?
Oh no, this is not that area. This
Oh, it's
section
totally
is
different
the
area.
Warner Media Group area. What's up, friend? How you doing? He's just hanging out. Wow, what a setup.
Candidly, Kristen's favorite ticket that they received was, "I was caught cheating. Can I get unbanned if I stop?" The answer is no.
No, I don't think I will. Anyway,
Okay,
all right.
so these questions. All
Close
right.
down that form.
So, I'm not. Oh my goodness, we're closing it down already.
It's been 2 minutes. You had your
It's been two
chance,
minutes,
chat.
guys.
You had
You
your
had your
chance to
chance.
win an NFT
Oh
on
my
this show.
goodness.
Don't worry, we're gonna give away
Joe
more.
called it. Joe called it.
That's
Okay.
right.
Christopher Scheme wants to know if they can transfer items to another created account.
Items, NFTs, yes. Memorabilia, no. At this time, you could possibly submit a ticket for that, but it would have to be a really special exception, and the odds of that ticket getting answered in a reasonable amount of time is going to be less, as we have 4 million registered users and many, many, many people more come into Discord, Telegram, Twitter, what have you, during these alphas compared to, I mean, you could see it right here on this live stream. We already have 100 more people than usual watching, purely because the play to earn mechanics or play and earn mechanics are being
Okay.
enabled for this season.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna open it back up. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
He was too fast. I see too many people going like, "What? I wasn't on the phone and I didn't even get to open it." Like, come on. Like,
Oh,
okay, there you go,
all right.
chat.
All right.
There you go,
All right.
chat. It's open back up.
All
You
right.
got it. You got it. It
Okay.
does suck to be Ice Pilot though.
Is
You know
that
how
an
that
ice pilot?
goes.
Oh wow. Total Hill talking trash in the chat. Wow.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. Exclusive Boy wants to know that now that KYC is in place, can we have multiple people playing from the same PC?
You can, because that other individual on their other wallet has to KYC with their individual identity. So yeah.
Okay, right. So you'll be just fine there.
Yeah.
Okay, and Palo wants to know over on YouTube, how much sand do you need to stake to get all the tickets?
Um I don't have an estimate on that because I
Mm.
recently spent almost all of my cryptocurrency to get a house.
Yeah, you bought a freaking house,
So
guys,
in
making the
the
dream
previous
work.
season, I was able to just go like boom and drop down, what was it, like $30,000 or $40,000 in the staking thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
you get 500 here. When I was on the staking page earlier, it gives you an estimate. Uh, so I only have just like fractional sand that was still staked before. Um, you earn points over time for each sand. Stake points accumulated cannot be lost. If you do stake sand, it's going to tell you here. One sand is staked for 10 weeks, grants 0 points because I have less than one sand. So if you were staking sand, you'll get an estimate for how much the staking reward will be there.
Okay, and the final two questions here. as they're coming in, and I am now going to close out that form. As people like did get plenty.
We got a time.
We have
We
plenty of
got a
time.
plenty of time.
Plenty
All
of
right.
time. Right. Not quite, not quite. So Randuxy wants to know, did I hear this correctly? Alpha passes given away on these live streams are required to have KYC to win.
Yes.
So when will you start giving away those on the stream?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
And from then thereafter. So we actually have a special Thursday stream with Panda and or Alex and or me and or any other number of guests. All right. Those Thursday streams are sort of like alpha celebration streams where we usually will go over what all the new content is for the week and talk about that and do some interviews and do some other things. That'll happen for the entire duration and isn't related to the GMAE show. We will also give away
Okay.
one on this show, which we only will be doing Monday through Friday, our time. That is Tuesday through Saturday at 3 a.m. UTC on UTC time. So the GMAE
Right,
show will
right.
have giveaways. Alex's show will have giveaways. PandaPops VoxEdit show will have giveaways. And the Thursday show will have giveaways for the
So
pass.
chat's a little concerned here. So Pele wants to know. So if Thursday you win and you're not done with KYC, you are discarded?
That is correct.
Oh,
So
dang.
make sure
So get a
that before
KYC
you
quickly.
enter, yeah, you're going to have an opportunity to KYC on Wednesday, and that process is going to get started, right? If you're not verified at that point when it's Thursday, just don't enter on that particular one. You'll get verified, relatively. So far, everybody's gotten done quickly, but there may be, I think when I did it, it said like it may take up to 24 hours to get verified. So, nonetheless, if it is not yet, that's okay. Don't worry because we got 10 weeks worth of live streams that we are doing. So, and
Okay.
beyond that,
So
we've also got social contests. Like most of the passes are given away from the social contests. So just enter those predominantly. You're going to increase your chances. Playing on this show, we only do one per show. But with the social passes, got 10 weeks worth of social contests and about 5,000 passes in the social contests, meaning giving away like 500 a week or something through social media contests. So better to enter those. But also, of course, if you want to increase your chances, you can do it here and there and anywhere else that is possible.
so what are you so what you're saying here is that if I don't get my KYC done in time, so let's say I have some complications, right? I should just
Yep.
not bother?
I would say, well, yeah, quite honestly, because I mean, the next time there is a draw, if your name is drawn and you are KYC'd at a later date, then it's fine. But I would just once again recommend that for this show, for this stream, if I put your name in and the distribution happens on the Thursday thereafter, and your name isn't KYC'd or your account isn't KYC'd. So I guess one thing to note is that every Thursday is the day that we have to have, Joe has to have your names submitted to the distribution team for those passes, right? Your names, your wallets, whatever. They take those, they put them in, they start the distribution, and then on your side, you see on the rewards section, you're eligible to claim the thing, and you can click it. But if you're not KYC'd, then you can't be eligible to claim. So if you win on the first night, what could happen is that if you don't KYC, you might think you win, but in reality, I can't give it to you. And so that winner, that number will just be wrapped up into a pool that will probably, um, you know, figure out another way to distribute. It would go back into the social media contest pool or something like that.
Okay, okay. Well, over on twitch.com, our winner of today's Wizzy Purple Enhanced Hat is gamers_invaders. And it seems like everybody prefers season 3 rad. I appreciate that, guys.
It
Though the
is.
beard will come back eventually. It seems like chat likes a little bit of craziness involved. So congratulations over there on Twitch to Gamers Invaders. You got it. I'm
All
with it.
right. Very good. Well,
So this was a
Conrad.
fun evening going through some beans,
Yeah.
seeing this metaverse social hub here. Oh
Yeah,
my
been,
goodness.
been hanging out, having
When
fun. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try.
do we
And
have anybody?
for all the new viewers over on Twitch.tv and other platforms, if you are streaming on Twitch.tv, the Sandbox game during the duration of this alpha, then we will raid you at the end of the show. So if you are a fledgling young streamer and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I want to get myself pumped up, we prefer people who have not been rated before. I'm going to go
Correct.
into the category The Sandbox and check and see who is currently streaming the Sandbox game. And it looks like
We got
Voxel
Voxel
Blaze
Blaze.
is doing an NFT and Wednesday Game Maker stream. Is it Wednesday already?
Australian, my dude.
Living in the future. He's Australian. That's right. Voxel Blaze. So we're going to raid on twitch.tv/VoxelBlaze. Voxel Blaze right now.
I'm
Chat.
almost a Witcher. Almost.
Is he a Witcher? You're going to have to get the little necklace now. You're going to have to do
A
it.
star VLA, I forget that name, over on Twitch is saying Conrad of Rivia over here.
Conrad of Rivia, baby!
Yeah.
That's right. All right, everybody. Over on Twitch.tv, we are rating Voxel Blaze right now, so stick with us. Show some love from the Sand Fam. If you're joining on YouTube, Be Live Data, Facebook, or twitter.com/thesandboxgame. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for asking these great questions today. Can't wait to see you on the next one tomorrow during the alpha in this hub, playing this hub, and in Club XYZ as I try to complete all the available quests for you live on the show, answering your questions about the alpha, answering your questions about anything you need. My pleasure. See you guys later.
See you tomorrow, everyone. Good time, Joe.
Yeah, it's fun. A lot of fun.
You know, we really
still
do
hear.
have to just take everything from PandaPops.
Do you think so?
Yeah, this has been her thing recently. Going
What's
to a
that?
blank screen and just talking. You know, like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't see us, but they can definitely
Yeah.
hear us.
All right.
It's a
I
good
like
time
it.
getting this
Good
like
morning.
after close.
Good afternoon.
You know?
Good evening. You know what I mean? That was hers. It was ours.
It was hers. Thank
It
you
is
so
the
much,
Sandbox
Panda.
game.
You're an amazing inspiration. Thank you, everybody. Sand Fam.
Woo!